Mr. Karim, there is an emotional debate over Yemen. That a part of emotion. What is the solution? How European Union can help to stop this ongoing tragedy?
Well, I understand the emotions because this is the greatest humanitarian crisis as described by the United Nations. So when people's suffering is being seen by people right across the globe, one can understand the outpouring of emotions. But I see there are two fronts to this. First of all, of course, there is an immediate need for urgent humanitarian aid to be provided and for those supply routes for that aid to be secured. That cannot happen unless there is a proper international agreement in place and peace process to allow for that to take place. Then on the other hand, one has to look at what the situation is and how we can bring this conflict to an end. And it's a very complex situation at this moment in time. But what strikes me is that this situation is pulling in the entire neighborhood, but it is being controlled remotely. So we have a situation where the Houthis are able to launch missiles into Saudi Arabia. Of course, as an immediate neighbor, you expect people to protect their own positions. But of course, along with that, we are seeing some of the human suffering that is coming about as a result of those reactions that are taking place as well. So we need a concerted international peace effort to come together to try and bring some resolution to this. But as the remote players carry on sitting from afar but calling the shots, it is incredibly difficult to see any resolution in the immediate future.
Do you think Federica Mogherini, the EU top diplomat, has an ambition to become a lead or to become the major player in this peace process in Yemen?
I don't know. I really don't know.
But don't you think that having this office and having this ambition and budget, the citizens expect European diplomacy to take a part, to play a role?
Well, I certainly have the view that the European Union should be supporting a peace process. And that involves, where necessary, taking the initiative to try and bring people around the table. Now, we know that some of the interested parties that are calling the shots from afar are actually in negotiations with the European Union on a different level. And there's no reason why we couldn't extend to say that we need to have negotiations for this particular situation as well.